Alright guys, welcome back to another update. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get into this thing. Shout out to my members, shout out to my subscribers. Thank you guys for locking in with me. If you don't know what's going on, by all means, just go back to part 1. Alright, so we at a standstill at this point. We're still trying to mobilize to Australia, and we're really just on pins and needles waiting to see what Mr. Haleb, Mr. Cocaine Bear's next move is going to be. I like the challenge that this map presented me with. So just the whole idea of maybe being able to get Australia really tinkled my fancy. But I will say I'm in a very tight situation though at this stage. But we're going to see how it works out. Okay, now here we go. The war, I figured he would do it. It only makes sense. It only makes sense. So now the war has begun with Mr. Crackhead Cocaine Bear. So now he's coming after me on this homeland. Let's see how this thing work out, y'all. The war has begun. Now we can all just sit back and kind of just see how this thing unfolds. Remember guys, the key with what I do is I don't give up anything. I make them earn everything they get. So what's happening here is that I'm going to leave a few troops. We're going to leave a few troops on these provinces as we try to scale back a bit. But we're going to make sure that he tear up and earn everything he gets, like I showed you guys in other maps. I use this strategy anytime I'm being attacked. If you attack me and I'm outnumbered, you will attack, that's fine, but you will tear up those provinces before I let you get it. So the war has begun, it's on. Now I will say Haleb has a very unusual number of troops, but it does seem like his focus was the tanks. So any questions, any concerns, leave it in the comments. That's why I told these guys to go ahead and migrate to Australia. That's why I gave them that warning. If you see anything that you think I missed, or if it's something that you don't understand, hey, leave it in the comments. There are no bad questions. By me exposing this submarine with my fighter right here, by me exposing it, I can attack it with all my other artilleries and stuff. But without that being over top of it to expose it, probably wouldn't be able to attack that. So that's a good technique, guys. If you got guys with submarines, go ahead and get them fighters in the air, and they will expose those submarines. See, so where I got Mr. Crackhead here is he think he just gonna run through and wipe me on out, not realizing I've already anticipated that move. So all my major utility forces and whatnot are already removed from that land. That's called thinking in advance, guys. That's called, having, you got to see things before it come a little bit. That was pretty obvious, but some people wouldn't have made any moves. Now I want to show you something else. This is Oregon. So he has crept up into Australia as well, along with Peru down there. Now the thing about Oregon and Peru is that they're not a part of the cocaine crackheads coalition. So these are two different coalitions. So we should be all right, me in Oregon and me in Peru, because we have a bigger enemy, which is the cocaine bear and whatnot, in that coalition. So let's just see how this thing unfolds. Guys, I don't know anybody else doing this, giving y'all step by step. I'm speeding this thing up and still able to give you guys the step by step action as it goes. Day by day, part 1, 2, in chronological order. So if you a new player, you definitely can get a lot of information from the style in which I do my videos. Because if you just watch one complete map, you're going to learn a lot about this game. If you go from part 1 and finish any one of the maps that I've done, you're going to learn a lot. So looking at the map, I'm hoping that these guys don't sit on their behinds and that they begin to put some pressure here. Because they putting a lot of pressure down here, but none towards the coalition that threatens them the most. I wonder why they're so focused here, and I don't see no action around here. So let's just keep an eye on that to see what happens. As you can see, we're not just running away. We're kind of keeping somebody on each province as much as we can. Alright guys, we're going to stop it right here. We'll be right back at you. Y'all stay tuned.